Yeah, it's been a pretty amazing journey, mate. And over the past few years, I'm sure you've had your ups and your downs, your highs and your lows at the club. But one of the extreme lows that is just something that's one of the most shattering things that's happened in AFL history, as far as I'm concerned, is the tragic death of Phil Walsh. And I was wondering, where were you when you found out, and what was it like being an Adelaide Crows player at that time?
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. That was obviously my first year, and but the love for Walshy from the players was like nothing I've experienced with other coaches. There was just he's cared so much about the players, and the players were just so emotionally invested, sort of in him and in what he brought to the club. And to get that news, I think I was woken up. It was an early morning, so I was woken up living with my host family at the time. So I was woken up by the mum of my host family and in a bit of shock. And then I just drive in the club at 7 a.m. and I was one of the last ones there. And the scene was just shock. Didn't really sink in for me being 19 and first year at the club. Didn't really sink in that much. It was sort of surreal and didn't really know what was going on. But yeah, it was obviously a crazy time. But yeah, the boys were obviously a lot of the other guys were probably more affected in terms of they formed that close relationship as senior guys. As a young guy, he's sort of scared of the coach. But still obviously had huge respect for him and love for him. And yeah, it was an amazingly weird time and sad time. But yeah.
And if you could say that there's one sort of lasting impression or one lasting legacy that he's left on the players and the club, what would you say that would be?
Um, God, there's a lot. So the two main things I think that stand out for him were probably his care for others. Like he was like unbelievable. Like would stand up for his players always. I remember he did a few things for me. And then when one of our players was in hospital, Brent Reilly went to hospital. He fractured his skull at training and was close to he was touch and go for a few days whether he'd actually survive all the surgeries. For about 3 weeks there, while she was at the hospital at 6 a.m. before the doors opened for the public, like every morning at 6 a.m. to visit him, like 3 weeks in a row, like every single day at 6 a.m. He
Wow.
wouldn't be there. Like he was unbelievable in his care for others, and that's why I think that's why he was hard as, but everyone just loved him because he knew that like he would put the players first and he loved the players. And the other thing was, he was obviously crazy with the hard work. Our sessions were unbelievable. And he always talked about being pirates out in the field, being ruthless. He loved fighting at training. And he loved just
There
training.
was one recently, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. That sort of was a throwback. But that isn't not every week under Walshy, and he loved it. He'd sit around and just rub his hands together.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, that's probably two things: just that ruthless hard work, and then also that genuine care and love for others.
Well, it's an amazing review on a guy that just had such an amazing effect on his club and the players. And thank you very much for letting us in on that.